Hi, and welcome to another Tuesday Talks. My name is Shawanda, and we've been talking about toxic situations and relationships. Well, we have covered everything from what is a toxic situation and relationship to understanding whether or not it's you or them to how do you even leave a situation. And today we want to talk about recovering and guarding against toxic situations. So let's do some preventative work and also some work to kind of help you to maintain leaving a situation after you've left a situation, right? So recovery and maintenance, right? That's the name of the game, recovery and maintenance. So here's the thing. If you have ever weathered the storm of a toxic relationship, you likely need some help with recovery. That is key. Last time I talked about if you are leaving a relationship, one of the key things you want to do is take time to recover. You need time to get back to you, because part of the problem with toxic and destructive situations is that they generally take a toll on you. I mean, it's detrimental to your health mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And all of this happens even before you even get the gumption to actually leave. So you got to do something. And if you don't leave, honestly, sometimes you're just kind of forced out due to difficult circumstances. Either way, again, it's just taken so much of a toll on you. And if this is you, then you need special attention and specific care to get back to you. The you that existed before all of this stuff went south. Now, there's two things, again, we're going to cover today. Recovery and then maintenance. Recovery and maintenance. So let's talk about recovery. Recovery is the first step, and prevention will keep you from falling into the traps again. That's why it's recovery and maintenance, right? So when we're talking about recovery mode, recovery from a toxic relationship, whether it's an intimate relationship or familiar, work-related, any of those, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship it was, it's still tough, right? So breathe, just take a breath. If you need help, if you need to get outside help, consider counseling. Consider coaching. This will help you process and retrain your brain, right? You got to retrain your brain. And you want to retrain your brain to function without the dysfunction. It's weird because, think about it. You've been in this state of dysfunction for so long to where it became normal. And now you're like, how do I function? Because you only know how to function and dysfunction. So you really do need coaching and counseling to help you to learn how to function without the dysfunction. You need to take a physical break from stress and then recover so that you can nourish your mind, body, and spirit. And whatever you need, remember, it's not selfish and it's not too much to ask. It's not selfish and it's not too much to ask. Psychological fallout can cause what's called PTSD. PTSD is also known as post-traumatic stress disorder or post-traumatic stress disease. Things kind of trigger your emotions for a while as you kind of purge through the toxic memories from your body. So as you're kind of going through the process, you still kind of experience different kind of triggers, right? And if you allow these feelings to kind of come forth and manage them, you can expect to come out on the other side better off. So you're going to have these feelings, they're going to come up, but working with a coach, working with a counselor, you'll learn how to manage them in a healthy way so that you can come out better on the other side. Physical fallout. Physical fallout, we're talking about weight gain or even weight loss, to be honest with you. And people don't really think about that, or we don't talk about that too much. We talk about the weight gain because, a lot of times we're more so emotional eaters. But what about the weight loss? Now, you can experience emotional overload. And with this emotional overload, it has caused you to make poor eating choices, whether that's eating too much or that's eating too little, or maybe it's just eating, the wrong sorts of food. And this has created a residual issue that kind of remains even after the toxicity is gone. So you have to be kind to yourself and then find a way to recalibrate your physical health. So finding ways to kind of detox and kind of reset, so that, we can either stop craving all the bad stuff or start putting, more good stuff into your body, and just kind of reset, and start getting more nutritional value into your body. And then let's look at the spiritual fallout. Well, the spiritual fallout can be an issue when recovering from toxic relationships too. And we don't normally think about that very often. If you have been a victim of gaslighting or other forms of verbal or emotional abuse, you can tend to wrestle with some faith issues. And to find comfort, it's good to kind of get back to that. And you might have to take small steps to get back to that, whether it's like finding some aspects in nature, reading your Bible, or going or, reading just different text. Some people have a hard time to actually just reading through the Bible initially, but you can still just kind of do text. And sometimes there, you can go through different apps to kind of give you different motivations. You can connect with, even different coaches that can give you different things that kind of jumpstart you. Think about it like a car that needs a little bit of a jump start. So maybe just taking small bites of something instead of just jumping, deep dive into deep into the Bible again, because it might be a little tough for you to chew on. So small bites are good. You can consult a clergy member or a leader in your faith community for healing tips to kind of help you through your recovery as well. So those are things that you can kind of do to kind of help you on your recovery journey. Now, what do we need to do to maintain? Guarding yourself against future toxicity is important. And once you've experienced the effects of a toxic relationship, you have the unique advantage for the future, which means that you know some things, you've identified some things, you've been through it. So, you know what to expect and you know what to look for. You definitely have firsthand knowledge and a clear understanding of what red flags are. And be sure to kind of press into your knowledge so that you can guard yourself against going around that same mountain again. And that's really the key. Don't let your experience just be a part of your past and you just forget about it. Use it as a lesson to kind of help you. That doesn't mean that you're harboring on it every day, but you've learned things from the experience. You've learned things about toxic situations, but you also learn things about yourself. And as long as you learn that, now you have new knowledge base that you can use to kind of help you in the future. The key here is to help you to heal the wounds of the past. As you're coming out of these situations, you want to be able to heal the wounds of the past. You want to do the work to get yourself healed from the effects that you have suffered, because you have. Get to the heart of what happened and what you need to do differently when faced with the same situation again, should it ever come up. It's important that we do the work for recovery, but it's also important that we understand how to do the work to maintain that life of recovery, and so that we can continue to be healthy and not get ourselves back into those situations again. If you, again, would like some help, whether it's on the road to recovery or to help figure out a prevention or a maintenance plan, you may reach out to me by going to my website at shawandarandolph.com or email me at hello@shawandarandolph.com, and we can work together to help you on the road to recovery to heal from toxic relationships and situations. Now, there are a couple of things that we can help you with as we talk. I am also clergy, so if there are spiritual issues or some faith issues that you would like to talk about, we can do that. And I can also take an ecumenical approach as well. So I've also worked with individuals from various faith backgrounds to kind of help you on that road to recovery. So I've worked with those from various faiths, various backgrounds. So we don't have to actually share the same faith. So we can work together a little bit with that to kind of help you, especially if you're recovering from a spiritual situation, a toxic situation from a spiritual organization or a spiritual relationship. That is something that we can work through to kind of help you get back to where you need to be. So thank you again for joining me today on this Tuesday Talk, as we have been exploring toxic situations and relationships, understanding everything from identifying them all the way down to today, where we looked at recovering from and guarding and safeguarding ourselves from future toxic situations. My name is Shawanda, and I'm so grateful that you have continued to join me on these Tuesday Talks, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.